It's the Weather Xtreme video. This is the morning edition for Thursday, September 15th. I'm James Spann, again today in Minnesota, where we're in the 40s again this morning. But this air won't make it to Alabama. We'll see highs well up in the low 90s, maybe mid-90s in spots today. Prospects of widespread rain just not looking good. And eyes are on the tropics. So let's go in there and check things out. There's the upper air look, and you know the deal. Got ridging in place down here across the deep south. The primary mid-latitude westerlies are well to the north, the storm track, if you will. Nice trough in the westerlies back in the northwestern states. Starting off the day in the 60s and low 70s. Looks like the cool spot is Cullman at 66, Birmingham at 72, and again we'll be up in the mid-90s in most spots today. Around the nation, it is nice and cool where I am here, and also back in the Rockies, but again the upper winds just will not allow that air mass to drop south. We'll get there. It's going to be later this month. Just be patient. Look at that. That's the watch warning map. That's pretty remarkable. No watches or warnings to speak of around the nation. Just a few frost advisories for parts of this state where I am this morning, Minnesota and upper Michigan. Severe weather right across the nation's breadbasket today. Slight risk over parts of Nebraska and Kansas. Tomorrow, a marginal risk for parts of the southern plains. And on day 3, Saturday, a marginal risk well to the west of Alabama. Now, this is the rain for the next 5 days, valid through Tuesday morning, and I really don't think we get much. This is suggesting maybe 1 inch for Mississippi and extreme northwest Alabama, but for most, amounts will be under 1/2 inch. And, of course, you see the bullseye off the coast of the Carolinas. That's in association with the tropical system by the name of Julia. Speaking of the tropics, got a trio there. We've got, first off, that little impulse in the Gulf is not expected to develop as it moves toward Texas. We've got Julia off the coast of South Carolina, Ian in the middle of the Atlantic, and a new depression in the eastern Atlantic, tropical depression number 12. We'll start with Ian. That's been in the middle of nowhere, stays in the middle of nowhere. No threat to land. That becomes post-tropical tomorrow. The new system we'll need to watch, Tropical Depression 12. This will probably have a hard time getting its act together because of shearing and very dry air in the short term. They do suggest this becomes Tropical Storm Carl early next week. Here's the longer model look from the GFS, the ensemble, and you can see the ensemble mean takes this thing north of Puerto Rico in about 5 to 6 days. Remains to be seen if this will be a problem for the United States. We just don't know that yet. Something to watch. In Julia, just hanging around. Nowhere to go. Steering currents have collapsed. It just meanders off the coast of South Carolina for 5 days. But we stay on the dry side of that thing. And speaking of dry, let's look at modeling here. This is the GFS, the 06Z run, valid today at 1 o'clock. And again, you can see the troughing back in the northwest, flat ridge here, a dry air mass. And again, I think we'll just go rain-free today. We'll call it mostly sunny with mid-90s. There's the high-res HER, valid this afternoon at 6 o'clock, showing nothing. By the way, both the NAM and the GFS are printing a high of 95 today. It's about 8 above average. Really tomorrow, not much. We'll mention a small chance of a shower late in the afternoon, but obviously it's pretty dry look. I think for most high school football games, rain will not be a problem tomorrow night. And really Saturday, at first it looked like there could be an increase in the number of scattered showers and storms. And we are going to mention the possibility of an afternoon storm Saturday in spots, but they should be pretty widely scattered. So just be aware of that, but a decent part of the day, dry, highs probably close to 90. And I'd say, again, for the Alabama-Ole Miss game, yes, the chance of a storm during the game, a brief storm. For the Auburn game, the chance of a shower looks pretty small. That's in the evening at Jordan-Hare Stadium. Sunday, again, we'll mention a few scattered storms with a weak front north of the state, but widespread rain, no, not the kind of rain we need. And then Monday, we get into drier air, and that looks just kind of mostly sunny, and there's no cool air involved in this. I think we'll see low 90s. Tuesday looking mostly dry. The same thing on Wednesday. And a week from today, Thursday the 22nd, another nice cold trough in the northwest, but it's the ridge. And that sure looks awfully dry if this verifies. Highs probably 87 to 90. Let's go out there deeper in the month. This is the end of the forecast, Saturday the 24th. The main wave action still to the north, and this is showing a cold front approaching, maybe suggesting some risk of showers and storms if this verifies. Look at the numbers off the European. Mid-90s today and tomorrow. Low 90s next week, but you can see out there toward the end of the month, the numbers start to drop down toward the low 80s and low 60s, as we should be fairly close to the first good front of the fall by then. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this morning. We'll have notes in the blog. The next video here by 4 o'clock this afternoon back in Birmingham. You can catch us this evening on the live stream of the television site, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.